Hello everyone, this is Kaifu here with Game 3 in a series between Franky and Kiddo. Franky on my left side is playing the white starter deck, allowing himself to heal a lot of life points and put himself in the long late game to the point that they gain a lot of advantage when it comes to beating each other down because the white starter deck allows you to gain a lot of life points. Not only that, buffing up your own resonator to do a lot of damage on the board. While on my right side, Kiddo is playing the red starter deck, allowing you a lot of aggressive plays like what he's doing at the moment, dropping Landstar to do a lot of damage on the board and doing a lot of early game damage. What he needs to do to put the opponent down to pressure to the point that he needs to do something very quickly. If not, then you're within range of all my mighty attacks and so on in my mini rush attack, and you'll be in a lot of danger, a lot of trouble, should I say. So let's get back to the game itself. In comes the resonator, which is called what's it called again? Hector de Marvasta. I can't remember what it's called, but what it does is target resonator on your opponent, you control, pop a 400 attack, and then last got ability able to do a lot of damage when is 1,000 or more. When his attack is 1,000 exceed 1,000 or more, you can, when declares an attack, burn 700 point of damage directly to a single resonator when declares attack. So which is really good, allowing him to get rid of that Gwen, because Gwen allows you to do a lot of defensive play. But however, Kiddo got rid of it really quickly, putting him down to putting Franky down to 2,400 life point compared to Kiddo's 4,000 life point. So not in a good position, and here comes the volcano. What the volcano does is that each time a resonator goes to graveyard, it burns the I think the owner 100 point damage, or it burns both player. Let me check it out first. Let's see now. At the moment, I don't see it on my table, so I don't know what it is at the moment. So I'm assuming it's been 100 to the owner, but I could be wrong at the same time. So sorry about that if I mistranslated, but oh well. Let's see what happens from here. Now here is where Kiddo going to extra aggressive play. Already half life points gone for Franky, putting him down in a bad position, and he already took like almost. Whoa, quite a bit. He's on 1,400 compared to Kiddo's 4,000 life point. So his life is almost completely gone. We're just in within 4 turns already. So not looking too good for Franky at the moment. Let's see what can Franky do to actually stall this enough time to put him in a strong position. He does an early judgment to actually put extra offense and defense on the field, because the J Ruler does have a 800 attack, 800 defense to block and attack with. Not only that, the Excalibur is on the field, buffing his J Ruler by 200 attack, 200 defense, which will allow him to do a lot of defending and offensive play. Next, Franky did drop the Wolf. What the Wolf does there is a 4/6, I believe. When it comes to play, destroy a addition on the field. So which is really nice because it can get rid of pesky field addition like that volcano at the moment, so not allowing any more burn damage that Franky doesn't need to take necessary. So now let's see what happens from here. Franky is not in the lead at the moment, but he's not in the bad position because he does have a J Ruler can block, and not only that, he can do some funky plays and so on. But let's see what does Kiddo do at the moment. Kiddo does have 4 magic stone open. In comes the attack, and in comes the block by the Wolf, and the Wolf will survive by 200 defense left. But let's see what does Kiddo do in this situation. Does Kiddo use that Demon Flame in his hand? He's looking like he's about to use. If he does use the Demon Flame, he's wasted it on to a 2 for 1. So Kiddo loses 2 cards for the price of 1, so which is a good trade-off for Franky. But unless Kiddo used the Rules ability, which will burn 200 point damage, what he does do, so doing a trade-off for 1 for 1 instead by using 2 of his resources. At the moment wise, Kiddo is still in the lead because it's still quite early in the game, and not only that, he done enough damage in the early game to the point that putting Franky down to the 2,000 life point that he needs. In comes the attack of the Spirit, 900 attack, 400 defense, and pumping the Excalibur by 200 attack, 200 defense, getting rid of that Spirit. And the Spirit has this ability called Swiftness, which will allow him to attack first right away. So at the moment, in comes the Landstar to do 600 points of damage directly to Franky, putting down to 800 life point. Not very good at the moment for Franky. He's already below 800, and we're already at the almost 4-minute mark, almost 5-minute mark at the moment. So not looking too good at the moment. So let's see what happens. In comes the castle. In comes the castle, and here comes the monk gaining 400 life point. Not only that, able to pump one of his resonator by 300 attack, 300 defense, so pumping his one of his knights, and putting another monk on the field, getting extra 400 point damage, 400 life point, putting him down to 1600. So whatever damage that was dealt by Kiddo early before is all nullified. And in comes the attack onto the Resonator, so not allowing Kiddo to have any extra attack as well. Tapping for another Magic Stone for the extra offense, extra defense, and another extra resource that Franky needs at the moment. At the moment, Franky does have a lot of defense. He has a knight, has 2 monks on the field to start blocking, but all depends what does Franky do in this situation, because Franky is still in a good. Franky is not in good position, but he's not in worst position either. But he doesn't have a lot of things he can do at the moment. Go really aggressive towards Kiddo. While Kiddo, on the other hand, he is in a really strong position because of the fact that he's on 4,000 life point. He dealt over 2,000 life point damage directly to the opponent, so which he will put with him range a few attacks and so on. In comes the Judgment by taking 2 red into Judgment, and in comes the Magic Stone. Oh wait, he actually forgot the fact that when he enters the field, get another Magic Stone on top of his deck. So that's one of the misplay that Kiddo did at the moment. But however, he dropped 2 Regalia on the field, and those Regalia are quite scary because that the ruler already has first strike. So by having first strike and gaining swiftness at the same time is very scary. So let's see what happens. In comes the Demon Flame, doing 500 point damage directly to the monks to allow him to attack goes through, but paying 1 to use I think Pride of Knights. Pride of Knight, what it does is that you gain 200 life point on the process. Not only that, a resident you control gains 200 attack, 200 defense. So the monk will be on 400 attack, 600 defense will be enough to survive. And I think this is one of the misplay that Kiddo did. Kiddo actually sacrificed one of his red magic stone to do 300 point damage towards it, and forgetting that however Franky does have a castle on the field, buffing him by 300 attack, 300 defense, so it was nullified, so the attack didn't go through, allowing the attack didn't go through at all. So what a waste. And neither he lost a Demon Flame and a red magic stone, which could matter in the long run. So back to Franky's turn at the moment. Franky, life point wise, 1,800 compared to 4,000 life points. Currently, not a lot of things that Franky can do at the moment besides stalling the game until he has enough resource to do a lot of damage on the board. Putting another knight on the field, searching for itself. So what it does is that it's a 3/3, 2 costs. So when it comes to play, search for another copy of yourself from your deck and add to your hand. So which deck spins and so on. Not that creates field presence, what you need against an aggressive deck like what Kiddo is playing at the moment. So let's see now. Franky does have a lot of cards in hand compared to Kiddo's hand. Kiddo only has 2 cards in hand, so not a lot of resource, but Kiddo dealt a lot of damage on the board, while Franky is trying to maintain his field presence and try to maintain the game into his way. Let's see what he can do now. Playing another knight on the field, search for another copy of himself to add to his hand. So let's see what he can do in this situation. And paying 1 to drop the dragon on the field because he did drop 2 Resonator, and the dragon, what it does is that for each Resonator comes to your field for this turn, you're able to reduce the colorless cost by 2 each time. So it's a total of 5 costs, but however it becomes a 1 cost when you drop 2 Resonator on the field. So it will allow dropping extra aggressive cards on the field, and that dragon's attack point is 1,200 attack, and the defense point is 1,200 defense. So very big resident on the field, so it all depends what Kiddo does at the moment. He used the Queen's ability, tapping it, banishing it, draw 2 cards, and discard 1 card from his hand. So let's see what he can do in this situation. Recover everything and so on. Before recover phase, Kiddo could tap 2 to give his J-Rule extra 200 point damage will be doing this turn. So not attack point, not defense point, but extra 200 damage will be dealt by him. So ability is included as well. So let's see what he does at the moment. Currently, that J-Ruler can do at least 1,400 damage, but by tapping 2 more, it can do 1,800 life point damage. So just enough to get rid of Franky's life point. And in comes the King's Flame. What it does is that it does 400 AoE damage directly to the opponent's Resonators, so killing a lot of Resonators on the field. But however, the dragon still survives with 800 point life points, HP that is. So pretty much it will survive that Lancelot crazy AoE damage and dropping another Resonant on the field by Kiddo due to the King's ability and gain swiftness for the turn. Now all Kiddo has to do is sacrifice 1 of his magic stone. When it does, just target the dragon, because the dragon is already 800 life point, right? so 800 HP or 800 defense left. So what happens is that if you sacrifice one red magic stone, and the rules ability is that you're able to do 300 point damage to that resonator, because he tapped his 2 of his regalia before recover phase, it do extra 200 more, so it'd be doing 700 point damage, but you can tap 2 more again, so doing extra 800 point damage, along with 1100 attack point damage directly to the dragon. Not only that, it's already been dealt damage already into on the play by the I think what's it called, King's Flame or Flame King, able to do a lot of damage on the board, and tapping again, doing a lot of damage on the board, like I said before, getting rid of it, and enough damage, just enough damage on the board by Kiddo to get rid of the dragons a bit, to get rid of Franky's life point from 1800 to 0. So let's see what happens from here. Tapping 1, tapping 2, and obviously Kiddo's gonna do that play at the moment, get rid of that dragon, most likely. Get rid of that dragon, and then now it's wide open, everything's tapped down, and 1800 directly to Franky and putting him down to 0. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope to see you guys next time. Peace.